everyone, and welcome to another reading vlog. So it's currently Thursday, the 13th of May. It's noon at the moment, but I have the day off because this is actually an official holiday in Belgium. I have to go to work tomorrow, but since I do plan to read a lot in the upcoming days, as I always do, and then I always fail, but we can try this time. But that's why I thought let's start the reading vlog today. And I'm currently sitting in my yard. You don't really see a lot yet, but I will give you some updates throughout the vlog. If you're not interested in that, I'm sorry, but we completely redid our yard and I do have some footage of that and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. So further along in the vlog you will see a little bit of that. But now for the books that I am reading and that I am going to prioritize in this long weekend, you could say. So first of all, of course, I have Malice by John Gwynne. This is our read-along that I'm hosting together with Steve over at Steve Talks About Books and Stuff. So we are going to read the entire Faithful and the Fallen series, one book per month, and we are going to start with Malice in May. So it's not too late. We actually have the live show the 30th of May, and I will link all the details in the description box down below. But something that I do want to show is this is actually, I bought the entire series in hardcover used and it was really cheap. I think 60 or 65 euros for all four. And then I opened this up and I was starting to read. You can see that this is a numbered copy and it's signed by the author, and it's not like printed or anything like that, it's really signed. So I'm really glad. When I opened it up I wasn't expecting that, so I do think that I found a hidden treasure with that used book. But yeah, so I'm going to start. I just read the prologue, that's it. So I do want to read a little bit more today and in the upcoming days. And then another book that I'm currently reading is The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. So I am currently at page 200 almost, and I'm reading this together with the Rambling Reader, Erin. We're doing a buddy read for this book. So far I'm really enjoying it, Erin is really enjoying it, so depending on how far we progress together, I might read a lot in the upcoming days or not that much. And then I'm also in an audiobook, Trader's Moon by Lynn Llewellyn, which is the third book in the Night Runner series. But since I'm not going to work, only tomorrow, and I usually listen to audiobooks when I drive from and to work, I don't think that I will make a lot of progress in that book. And to be honest, my main priority right now is Malice. So I'm going to read in the backyard right now, and I'll update you later. It's currently Friday, so I thought that I would update you again. I just came home from work and I filmed a small clip for Break Even Books channel, and I will link of course his channel down below, but I think that you know him. His name is Eric and he's really the kindest human being ever. He asked for a lot of booktubers, anybody basically on Twitter, if they read fantasy, to make a small clip for their favorite fantasy book, and then he was going to make a video out of it. So if it's up by now, I will link that video down below as well. And then I am going to try to also film my popular opinions book tag, because, so this is a little bit silly, but I normally don't wear makeup, but to film I do, obviously, because this lighting is not my best friend and I don't look that well without makeup. But of course my foundation has run up, so this is the last full face that I could make. So if I don't film my popular opinions tag today, which goes up tomorrow evening, I have to film tomorrow without makeup. So you will probably by now have seen if I succeeded today or not. But anyway, that's my plan, to still have this face, and then hopefully tomorrow evening my new foundation comes in the mail so that I can film for Sunday. That's going to be a little bit tricky. And otherwise Sunday is going to be without makeup. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I do feel a little bit self-conscious about that, so we'll see. But now for the books, the update. I actually read quite a bit yesterday in my hammock. You may have seen a clip of that, but I got to, this is maybe a little bit depressing, but I got to page 58 in Malice, and I'm really enjoying this book so far. But I'm definitely reading very slowly through this one because there are a lot of new names in the beginning of the book, but really a lot. I think the prologue and then the first chapter is a lot of setting up everything and getting to know the conflict. You have the God War that happened, I think, 100 years before. So you have a lot of names of the evil one. It's almost like the devil with his fallen angels that are being mentioned here. So you need to know all of that. And then in the first actual chapter, you get to know a lot of characters that you are going to follow. So I think each of the chapters so far almost have been centered around a different character, and you meet so many new people that I often had to go back and see, have I heard this name before? Or is this yet a new character that I need to remember? So that's why it went so slowly, but I'm really loving this, and I can already see that I'm going to like this book because it just feels like traditional fantasy. And maybe for a lot of people that's a negative, but I haven't read that many traditional fantasy books because I'm quite new into fantasy, so I've read a lot of modern works, and this really feels like a breath of fresh air, and I can already feel that I'm going to like it. So I am going rather slowly. I do hope that I can read a lot more this weekend and this evening, but if I'm going through it slowly and I'm enjoying it, I'm fine with that. And then I also read a little bit with The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow, and I'm still really enjoying this one. In the second part, definitely a lot more is happening. I'm feeling more connected to the three sisters, who really feel like very separate entities, and you can feel their identity and their character and how different these three people are, but still very interesting to follow. So I'm still really enjoying this one, and for a standalone, I'm around halfway, but I'm really interested to see what's going to happen towards the end, because I can't really predict anything at this point. Me and Erin have been trying to predict stuff, and as always, I'm terrible at it. But now we need to see if actually any of it actually is going to happen in the book. And then today, driving to and from work, I also made some progress in Traitor's Moon by Lynn Llewellyn through audiobook, and I'm still really enjoying it. To be honest, again, the plot couldn't care less, to be honest. I think that the plot of the second book was something that I was more interested in than the plot in this one, but Alec and Sergil's relationship is progressing, and this is actually the first book where you really have that relationship that's been established, and it's just so precious. I really love it. In this book, it's a little bit difficult to follow through audiobook, especially because I don't have the physical book yet. It's in the mail. Because in the first and the second one, you had a lot of the same characters, so you kind of recognized everyone. But now in this book, they are traveling at a certain place, and when they're there, a lot of people have new names that I've never heard of, and the names are a little bit your typical fantasy names, very difficult to remember. So especially through audiobook, I do have some difficulties with that, so I hope that my physical copy arrives soon, but I can still follow. It's not the most difficult plot ever, of course, and because I'm not that interested in it anyway, I don't care. But yeah, I'm enjoying this one purely for Alec and Sergil's character and their relationship. But yeah, so it's currently 6:30 in the evening. I'm going to try to film that popular opinion stag, and then I'm going to read a little bit more. Hi everyone, quick update. It's currently Saturday evening. I am just watching YouTube on the side because I have a new video up, the popular opinion stag, but I'm also reading. I'm currently at page 122 of Malice. So I haven't been reading that much, but I'm really enjoying it. But you're still getting to know new characters. Cameron here, for example, this is the first chapter in his POV. So yeah, it's definitely a lot to keep track of, but I'm really enjoying it and I have good company. everyone, I wanted to give a last update because it's currently Sunday evening. I'm going to go to sleep now so that I can wake up early enough to go to work tomorrow. But I just wanted to give an update of what I've been reading. I haven't done a lot of interesting things today because I spent hours on making an intro and an end screen for my channel. And if you're watching this vlog, you already saw the intro, which is a little bit... It's shameful to admit that I spent hours on this. Probably a big part of my entire weekend because it's literally 5 seconds, but I had a lot of options and backgrounds that I wanted to use. So I'm quite happy with the result actually. For being somebody who's very bad in editing and stuff like that, it looks fine, I think. So I'm glad with that. But by the time that I finished, it was 4 in the afternoon and I still needed to film my spoiler-free review for the First Law trilogy, edit it and upload it by 8 in the evening. So that's what I've been doing today, and that's why there is no interesting footage. However, for reading, I did make some progress this weekend in Traitor's Moon by Lynn Llewellyn. I still need to listen to 3.5 hours. I've listened to 7 already. At this point, it's my least favorite book of the trilogy. Especially the plot is not really interesting to me. It's a lot of political intrigue, but I feel like the story could have been condensed a lot more. We didn't really need to spend 100 or more pages on this political intrigue. So I do hope that the end of this third book is going to be a little bit more fast-paced with more things happening that are actually interesting. However, I am still really enjoying the relationship between Alec and Saragil, so I'm glad with that. And that's very positive of the book. I've also made some progress in Malice. I'm currently 200 pages in and I'm really enjoying this one. It's very traditional fantasy, but I'm craving that at the moment. A lot of warriors, and I normally don't really follow a lot of warriors in the fantasy that I'm reading, so I am enjoying this. And I think also at this point that I've met all of the characters, I've seen all of the POVs that we're going to see, so now I recognize the names and I'm into the story. And I also think that around this 200 page mark we do see where the story is going, what the plot is going to be with the God War, so I am quite interested to read more of this. However, since I didn't really make a lot of progress for The Ones of Future Witches, I am going to prioritize that one tomorrow so that I can give an update to Erin. And then after that, I do hope that I can finish Malice somewhere next week. Also, I just got my notification that in the Libby app, The Way of Kings is now free as an audiobook, so I was waiting for quite a while for this one. So if I finish Traitor's Moon by Lynn Llewellyn, I am going to pick up the audiobook for that one by Brandon Sanderson, the first book in the Stormlight Archive series. And that's probably not the best idea because I have a lot of books on my TBR at the moment, but since I was waiting so long and now it's finally free, I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm probably not going to finish it because I only have the hold for 2 weeks that I can loan it before it goes away again, but any progress that I can make is welcome. And then I also have a small book haul, probably. Maybe I showed them already, but I don't think so. First one is The Counselor by AJ Beaton. I actually don't really know what this is about, but I saw this on Patrick's channel, Patrick Leo, and he said that there was, again, a lot of political intrigue. It's a standalone. I'm always on the hunt for more standalones, so this one. And then Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. So this is a new release. The Counselor is also a new release, I think. And this is, of course, Greek mythology retelling, and I am going to read this month. Also standalone, and probably have a non-spoiler review up for this one again this month. That's my priority for, well, for the upcoming weeks, let's say. So please let me know if you're interested in this review, then I can prioritize it a little bit more. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I hope that you had a nice weekend, even though by now it's probably Wednesday if you're seeing this. So then I do hope that you have a nice work week. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video and see you later. Bye!